Am I on here?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you all so much for listening to us today. I'm Allyson Sweatman, and I am a disability advocate and a licensed social worker in Central Arkansas. But before I talk about some of those things, I want to talk to you about my journey as a parent. I became a mom in 2015 when I gave birth to my perfect daughter, Rosie, who was diagnosed with Down syndrome about halfway through my pregnancy. She was also diagnosed with several other health issues within the first year of her life. After about 2 years, her health had improved enough that we were considering growing our family. We were given the opportunity to adopt her brother, Bo, who is her big brother and doesn't have as many health issues, but also has Down syndrome. He was much closer to starting kindergarten, so I took it upon myself as a parent and an advocate for him to learn as much as I could about what it would take for him to get a good education in Arkansas public schools. I began devouring information about the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, learning about my rights and my responsibilities as a parent to a child with disabilities in Arkansas public schools. It wasn't long before I became known as the mom who could help other parents understand their rights and responsibilities and help them collaborate with their schools to get their child what they needed to thrive. It was this work that led me to study special education policy and parental mental health at the graduate level. And it was this education that gave me the philosophy through which I view my work and my parenting and the reason I am here today. And that is, disability is a natural part of the human experience and in no way diminishes the right of individuals to participate in or contribute to society. Today, you're hearing plenty of people talking about what this bill contains, and that's important. I read all 144 pages of it, and I would like to express my deep concerns and disappointment about what is not in the bill. Assurance of the rights of students with disabilities under the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act. The IDEA affords kids like mine and those who I've worked with and advocated for protection from discrimination through exclusion from education, a protection that was necessary less than 50 years ago when Congress found 1 million kids nationwide were being turned away from all types of schools on the basis of disability alone. IDEA law also offers our kids a right to a free and appropriate public education in the least restrictive environment, with the least restrictive environment largely being defined by time spent with their typical peers. We have known for many years that this inclusivity offers academic and social benefits for all children, regardless of their ability status. IDEA also offers kids accommodations and modifications to access their education. Just access it. Not even have the best education, just access an appropriate education. And uniquely, and perhaps most importantly, this law encourages parents to take part in the development of an agreed-upon education plan formulated through data collection and input from a team of professionals. In Arkansas, over the last 5 years, I've watched and worked with parents, teachers, paraprofessionals, administrators, and therapists who attempt to make these plans to meet the needs of our kids, only to find again and again and again a scarcity of resources in public schools for special education. I have seen many frustrated parents pull their child from the school to attempt to homeschool them, making sacrifices for their family's financial stability and their child's academic and social progress. Others have had no choice but to become resigned to their child's needs being unmet by our under-resourced system. This instability is unsustainable, and it exists not because public schools or teachers are inherently bad at educating kids, but because the funding, resources, and support for special education has been starved and ignored year after year in the state of Arkansas. Voucher programs like this one in this bill have rarely, and only with weak language, ensured IDEA protections to kids like mine. Arkansas has an opportunity to change that by leading the way and explicitly stating that no child in Arkansas will be without their rights, no matter what school they choose, regardless of their educational needs or the setting in which their parents choose to educate them. Without the protections offered by IDEA law, students with disabilities and their families will not have the choices of their typical peers. As this bill is currently written, this is exactly what will happen to families like mine and those that I serve. Many, perhaps most parents of kids with disabilities in Arkansas will be choosing between Number one, keeping their child in an under-resourced, poorly funded
I'm
public...
sorry, but your time is up.
I have just a few more
Thank you
sentences.
very much.
May I have one more minute?
No, sorry. Everybody only gets 5 minutes. We got a lot of people who want to talk.
Madam Chair, point of order.
Sorry.
Point of order.
Yes.
Madam Chair, you have your notes written out, don't you?
Yes, it's just a few
Madam
more
Chair, I'd like to
sentences.
ask if the chair would allow to let her share her notes with the staff so that they could run copies for the committee members for us to have to be able to read her thoughts in their entirety as she has them written out, please.
That would be fine.
Can I finish the sentence
Thank
I
you.
was
Thank
in?
you.
Would that be okay?
Thank you very much.
Oh, can I send it later? They're kind of scribbled. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you, Senator Hammer.
Lakeisha Dixon.